welcome to my channel. I'm Ashley, and today it looks like Durga's gonna be teaching you today, not me. Just kidding. Today we're going to be doing an intermediate backbend flow to get to a Gherandasana variation. And if you don't know what that is, it's the photo and the thumbnail. It's not a big deal if you can't get into the full pose today. Just get to where you can get and hold where you are, and maybe over time you can get a little deeper and closer toward the peak pose. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Feel free to close your eyes, take a moment just to drop in. Take a moment to connect with yourself on some level, be that physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Just take this moment here to set an intention to do your best, be compassionate with yourself, loving and kind, and to just ride the wave wherever it takes you. Take a full breath in. Exhale completely. Gently open your eyes. Here we go. Come all the way up onto all fours. Do a few rounds of cat and cow. Bring your chin toward your chest, tailbone through your legs. And as you inhale, lift your chin, curl into your lower, middle, and upper back. Broaden your sitting bones. Go at your own pace with your breath. After a few rounds, feel free to bring more organic movements, meaning you can circle your hips, roll your shoulders, head, neck, do crazy eights, slither like a snake, whatever floats your boat. This pose we're getting into involves back bends and twisting. Backward twisting to be exact. So we're going to be incorporating some of those motions and movements throughout this class. Downward dog. Press your thighs back, heels toward the floor. Reach your arms and legs longer. Pull your rib cage toward your spine. Come to your outer left foot, inner right foot. Keep your arms long, spine long, hips high. Then come to your outer right foot, inner left foot. Sideways dog. Go back and forth at your own pace. Once you're evened out on this last one, come back to neutral. Step your right foot forward, outside your right hand. Take your right hand to your right thigh and twist. Take your right arm straight up. Maybe reach your arm back and reach through your fingers toward the wall behind you. Maybe gaze up. Lower your hand, downward dog, plank pose. Feel free to use your knees, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, straight arms, hips forward, shoulders back. Downward dog. Step left foot forward. Left hand to left thigh twist. Left arm up. Maybe reach your left arm back, fingers toward the wall. Hold. Down dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Revolved dog. Bend your right knee. Take left hand to right shin or somewhere toward your ankle. Push through your right arm. Don't collapse into your shoulder joint. Twist more to the right. Look up toward your armpit and maybe straighten your right leg. Keep your breath flowing. Try not to hold it. Switch. Left hand down. Push your left arm longer. Bend your left knee. Grab left shin or somewhere toward your ankle. Reach heel toward the floor. Twist. Untwist. Shift forward plank. Lower all the way down. Now from here,
You're going to slide your knees forward, hips up. Chin to the floor, 8 angle pose. Pull your shoulders back, breathe here. Push back up, all fours. Knees a little wider, right arm up. Revolved child's pose twist, right shoulder, ear to the floor. Feel free to stay here or walk your left hand forward into the right. Tack your left hip back. Walk your left hand back. Reach your right arm all the way up. Lower your hands to the floor. Left arm up. Left arm under. Shoulder, ear to the floor. Walk your right arm forward into the left. Push your right hip back. Left hip forward. Square your hips as best as you can. Walk your right hand back. Reach your left arm all the way up. Lower your hands to the floor. Down dog. Right leg up. Bend your right knee. Stack your hips. Kick your foot toward the wall at your left. Keep your shoulders square. You can stay here or bend your left knee. Turn your toes in. Right foot to the floor. Wild thing. Hips up. Curl back. Maybe even reach your fingers to the floor if you can. Or just reach. Three-legged dog. Right leg up. Go slow. Try to make it a graceful transition. Step your right foot outside your right hand. Left heel to the floor, dog lunge. Walk your hands forward and to the left. Widen right knee to the right. Downward dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left leg high. Bend your left knee. Stack your hips. Kick your foot to the right. Right shoulder as high as left shoulder. Stay here or flip your dog, wild thing. Step left foot back. Push through your feet, lift your hips up. Curl back. Maybe reach the floor. Three-legged dog, left leg up. Left leg forward, outside your hand, dog lunge. Right heel to the floor, hands forward and to the right. Hang in there. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Anahatasana, 8 angle. Come back down to your knees, this time lowering from all fours. Take your heart between your hands. Walk your hands back. Stay here, lift your hands off the floor. Maybe point your palms up, back behind you. Hands to the floor. Pull yourself forward, cobra. Tailbone forward, shoulders back, curl back. Lower all the way to the floor. All right, take your right arm to the right, palm flat. Left hand next to your chest. Pull your shoulder back and roll onto your right side. Push your hips a little forward. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knees, step your foot behind you. Feel free to drop your ear to the floor. And hold without holding your breath. Untwist. Roll onto your left side. Right hand to the next of your right, or to next to your right side. Lean onto your left hip. Scoot your hips forward, right leg up. Bend your knee, kick your foot back, foot to the floor. It's very similar to the wild thing shape. Left ear to the floor. Breathe here. Slowly come back to your belly. Place your forearms on the floor. Sphinx pose. Push your hips down and forward, shoulders back. Lift your sternum. Lengthen from pubic bone to chin. Press the back of your head back rather than crunching your head toward your spine. Lower halfway down, place your hands where your elbows were. Push up all fours, then back to downward dog. Pigeon prep, slide your right knee behind your right hand. And then lower your left knee to the floor behind your right heel, slide it back to whatever capacity. Point your toes straight back, squeeze your legs in, and it is okay for your hips to lift up a little. Take right hand in front of shin or on right thigh, bend your left knee. Reach back, grab your left foot. Pull your heel toward your left outer hip. Square your hips and your torso more forward. Try to point your left elbow up and turn your fingers forward for a quad stretch. Mermaid. Left elbow to left foot. Point your left fingers up. Push your foot into your arm so much that your right hand gets light. Then reach your right arm up. Try to keep squaring more forward. Bend your right elbow. See if you can grab your fingers by your left ear. Lift your chin and push your head back. Lower your hand. Downward dog. Feel free to skip plank pose, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Left knee forward, pigeon, right knee back, squeeze legs in, quad stretch, left hand in front of shin or on thigh, reach your right arm back, grab your foot. Pull your heel towards your hip, square hips and torso forward. Try to point your elbow up, fingers forward. Squeeze your knees toward each other. Lift brighter through your heart. Mermaid. Right elbow around your right foot. Push foot into arm, fingers up. Left arm up. Reach back, grab your fingers. Turn forward. Plank to chaturanga to up dog. Downward dog. Take an angle, knees to the floor, chest between hands, hips up. Lower all the way down. Take your left forearm straight out in front of you. Take your left elbow just slightly in front of your left shoulder, so it's at an angle. Then bend your right knee. Reach back, grab your right foot inner edge, just like you did quad stretch with pigeon. Pull your heel toward your hip. Like pigeon, point your right elbow up. Try to turn your fingers forward and hold. Push down through your top of your left foot, that's your straight leg, so your left knee lifts off the floor. Stay here or lift your left foot off the floor with your left thigh. Lower your foot, lower your right foot. Right elbow out in front of your shoulder, forearm parallel to short edge. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab your foot, square forward, heel toward your hip. Turn your fingers more forward, elbow pointing up. Push through the top of your right foot so your right thigh is strong. Stay here, use your thigh to lift your right leg, hold. You can use your right arm, pushing down and pulling it towards you to help lift you up. This is half frog, Ardha Bakasana. Lower your foot. Rest for a moment, down on your forehead, forehead on arms, or one side of face on the floor. Shavasana. Take your arms alongside your torso. Point your palms up, close your fingers, press your shoulders back toward the ceiling so your shoulders aren't dropping down to the floor. Push your hips down and forward, tailbone down and forward. Lift your torso forward and up. Curl back. Really squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Thumbs in. Almost lift your hands, almost lift your feet, but don't lift them yet. Bend your knees. Push your feet into each other, tone your glutes. Now pump your feet up, knees down. Feet up, knees down. One more time, feet up, knees down, rest. You're doing great, I know you are. Feel free to pause, rest, drink water. All right, take your forehead to the floor, interlace your fingers behind the back of your head. Bend your knees. Squeeze feet in, knees toward each other, shoulders back, elbows wide. Push your hands into the back of your head, head into your hands, lift your chin, pull your elbows as wide out to the side as you can by pulling on your fingers, lift your torso up, push your feet up, knees up. Makarasana, pull your heels toward your butt, lift your chin. Rest. Downward dog. Stretch your spine, heels toward the floor. Lower your knees. We're going to do revolved child's pose again with a addition. Take your right shoulder ear to the floor. Take your left arm up this time. Point your palm back, bend your elbow, and wrap your arm behind you. Maybe grab your inner right thigh. Push down through your right arm, down to the right side of your head so your neck is not collapsing toward the floor. Lower your hand. Push down, untwist. Slide left arm under. Stay here, right arm, wrap it behind you. Put your palm back, bend your elbow, grab your inner left thigh or somewhere close, somewhere nearby. Lower your hand, push up. Twisted monkey lunge. Take your right foot outside your right hand. Take your right hand to right thigh, twist to the right like you did earlier. Take your right arm up, just like you did earlier, reach back, bend your left knee this time. Grab your left foot from the outer edge to the top. Pull heel and hip toward each other. Twist more to the right and turn your right toes out. Pull shoulders back, try not to collapse your weight into your left arm, grow your arm longer. Curl back, back bend. Lower your foot. Take your right leg straight out in front of you, surround your leg with your hands, slide your left knee back and fold over your right leg. Take a breather. Walk your hands back, step back. Second side, left foot forward. Right hand turning out, left toes turn out, twist to the left. Stay here, left arm up, reach back, grab your foot, pull heel and outer hip toward each other, twist, lift your sternum, curl back. Half Hanuman, lower your foot. Slide left leg forward, hands surrounding your left leg. Fold forward. Step back, all fours. Elevated bow. Take your right leg straight back and your left arm straight out in front of you. Bend your right knee, keep your toes in kneecap, so your toes of your right foot point up, kneecap points down. Then take your left arm to the left, point your palm up with your thumb pointing in. Reach back, then grab the inner edge of your right foot with your left hand. Point your foot back up, kick foot and hand into each other, lift through your sternum, watch out for foot coming out to the side, lift up through your sternum, curl back. Grow your right arm, left leg longer. Lower your hand, lower your foot. Second side, take your left leg back. Right arm forward. Bend your left knee. Keep your left knee pointing down, right arm back. Point your palm in, grab your foot. Push foot into hand, hand, foot, line up, heel with left hip. Kick foot up, pull your hand into foot, foot into hand, lift up through your sternum. Curl back, grow your left arm and right leg longer. Lower your knee, lower your hands. Come down onto your belly. Almost there. Bend your knees. Reach back, grab your feet, outer edges, bow pose. Walk your knees in, kick feet back, hips down, lift up, maybe lift your knees off the floor. Feel free to stay still or rock forward and back. Squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. Pull in toward the midline. Rest. Here we are. Just do your best, stay with me. It can be confusing. All right. Just like revolved child's pose, take your right arm under your left arm so your right shoulder comes to the floor. And scoot yourself a little bit more to the left. From here, bend your left knee. Take your left hand to your left foot. Crawl your right hand and torso a little more to the left and back. Stop anywhere along the way, especially if you feel weird in your spine. Keep pulling heel to hip. Bend your right arm. And now you're going to try to pass off your foot, pulling your left foot toward your right hand. Take right hand over the tops of your toes. And then take your left arm up. Bend your right knee. Take your left thumb, point it down, and grab the inner edge of your right foot. Now, this can be where you stay. Totally great spot. Or kick your feet and hands into each other so much that you can lift your sternum and reach your chest forward. Now watch out for your right knee pulling out, pull it in. Keep your left heel toward your hip, kick your right foot up, and breathe. Lower down. Woo, that's a doozy. All right, try the other side. Take your left arm underneath you. Again, get as good as you can. One side will be more challenging than the other. You never know, maybe if you couldn't do the other side, maybe you can do this one. Grab your right foot with your right hand. Pull right heel down to your left hand. Once you feel all situated, then let go with your right hand. Take your right arm back. Bend your left knee. Grab your left foot, inner edge, thumb pointing down. Push toes, hands into each other. Now, turn forward, kick back. Pull right heel to hip as you kick left leg up. Breathe. Lower down. Good job. Roll onto your back. Try to slow your breathing down. Take a few moments to do some windshield wipers, knees wide. Rock your knees back and forth, rolling over your hips.
Take your knees together, feet together, lift and lower your hips so your hips feel even. Grab your right thigh behind with your hands. Push your thigh into your hands until your arms straighten, and maybe straighten your right leg as a result. Do or don't take your left leg all the way down to the floor. Supta Padangusthasana prep. Bend your right knee, lower your foot, pull your left knee in, grab your left thigh, push thigh into hand into thigh, push your leg towards straight, maybe straighten your right leg, breathe. Bend your knee, lower your foot. From inside your legs, grab outside your feet, happy baby. Push feet and hands into each other, gently rock side to side. Bring your knees together with your arms outside your legs. Reclined, intense west stretch, or Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana pose. This is not plow. So keep your upper and middle back on the floor, and then take your legs beyond your head, allowing your hips to lift up. And then maybe if you can keep your upper back down without coming onto your neck, take your toes to the floor. Slowly roll down your spine. Wrap your arms around your legs. Hook your fingers. Rock side to side. Feel free to do any last minute things that you need to do. And come into Shavasana for a couple minutes. Allow yourself to fully and completely surrender into the ground beneath you. Take a full breath in. Exhale completely. Bring gentle movements back to your body. Reach your arms over your head. Bend your knees. Roll to one side. Slowly come back up. Well, that was a sweaty one. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you liked this class, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. Leave a comment if you have anything you wanted to share, and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Have a wonderful rest of your day.